Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, let's get to our matches. Clearwater Casino, November 22nd. Our first fight, Alberto Nunez, Josh Weebly.
Yeah. Were you with Silver Reef when you've seen Weebly fight Chevy?
Yeah.
You saw him fight my guy, long, rangy kid. Good striking, good grappling, well-rounded, trains with West Coast Fight Club in Bellingham. Good gym under Kane Spalding, pro MMA fighter from the Pacific Northwest. Fighting a young up-and-comer. I don't know much. Alberto Nunez, he's like a blue belt, bluish purple belt. His coach said I don't even think they have belted system where they are, definitive jiu-jitsu. And I would say that because when he sent me the text, he's like, he's a blue purple belt. I'm like, what's the blue purple belt? So, but they're like a no-gi program under Austin Daffy Duck Daffron, who's a world-class grappler.
Yep.
Won some world combat jiu-jitsu titles. So I expect Alberto, and he said he had a year and a half of high school wrestling. So I expect him to be, from what I have on paper, better grappler than striker. Josh has been in the CoGa cage before, so he knows what it's like to have the camera in your face and be on the big screen and get the more hype, the more show, the higher production level show.
Yeah, there you go.
Alberto is a young kid. I think he's 19.
So basically, it's going to be a first interesting fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
That kid will be a good grappling. And we'll see how Alberto deals with the pressure of your first fight. Most guys in the first fight, you throw everything out the window and they kind of make it exciting because they make all kinds of mistakes. So, it's a coin toss. It's a pick fight.
We're staying in the welterweight. We've seen both these guys fight before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Lenny has fought in the CoGa cage before from Ivan Salvador MMA. Right, my guy Chevy, who beat Webley in a split decision a year and a half or so ago on the Silver Reef show. Chevy's got his blue belt, entered some jiu-jitsu tournaments, done well, won a couple, took a couple first, had a couple days where he didn't really place, but he put in some good work, had a lot of guys in the bracket. Chevy's well-rounded, personal trainer, super athletic. He's my kid. I love him, Chevy Walker. Got a sexy voice for radio. If his MMA career doesn't make it out, he's got this deep, velvety voice. Lenny's a tough-ass German kid, trained with Ivan Salivary, all those dogs over there. Lenny was in a fight camp to fight on the last show at was it Tulalip? Yeah, at Tulalip, and his guy got hurt. So he's been in a long fight camp.
That could be good.
But it could be good. Sometimes it can wear you out. But we'll see. I expect them to bring it. Ivan's guys are tough as hell.
Always bring it.
They're going to bring it.
And then our third fight is a rematch from our last event. What happened? I remember something happened to the dude's back. Do we know what happened?
I can't remember. He pulled some kind of muscle in his back and had some sort of disc. If I did remember, I probably shouldn't say to leak out any information.
That's fair.
But he had an injury
during the fight.
Before the fight, and I think it got exacerbated during the fight when Diedrich just kind of smashed Charlie. Charlie tried to throw up a triangle, and he
stacked him.
Compressed his hip to his face, and the guy's 6'4", and he made him about 2 inches tall. So,
and they were big dudes.
They're big guys. That's one of those fights I was just talking about matchmaking to a friend where you never know. I thought it was going to be a great fight, a banger. They both had finishes and knockouts. They both predicted a knockout, and it just didn't end in how you thought. It kind of was a lackluster ending. So we're going to run it back because it didn't really sit right. It didn't really taste good. Nobody felt good about it. Diedrich's a stud. Charlie Payne's a stud. Charlie Payne trains with my boy Jason Temple over in Omak, Washington. Small but mighty fight team of about 5 or 6 dudes, but they're going to come on weight ready, be very professional as always. Shout out to the boys, Sia Polista and Omak. And, West Coast fight team in Auburn, Talon Hoffman, Andy, John Mariansky, all those guys, great coaches, good team, bunch of dogs down there. So it's going to be a good one. I think it'll be better than the last time, and I'm hoping that the finish will be exciting and be like he just didn't get off the stool. He finished the round and was like, I can't go anymore.
Maybe it'll work out in our favor because they went one round, so they already have that feeling out process. So they might just go right at it when the bell rings.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah. Our fourth fight, Caleb Wheeler's back. Leonard Herbert looking for his win, get back in the column. Caleb coming off the loss to Malik Lee. I think this fight has the asterisk next to it.
In what way? Just you don't know.
Like that it could be a banger, it could be a fight of the night. Like either of these guys like kind of are coming in and have something to prove.
I'll throw you another curveball right now. I have not updated the fight card. So Leonard Herbert got poked in the eye, I think Thursday last week. He's out. And I got a guy named Ryan Spurrier, another Canadian who trained with Cajun Johnson up at TriStar MMA Vancouver. Trajan's like a UFC Bellator vet. Got a good team. They got a kid named he's 2-0, Ryan Spurrier at 145. So we got to update that. I'm glad we caught that live on YouTube.
These things happen.
I expect them to bring it. So yeah, we'll just leave the asterisk right next to it. So who knows?
Yeah.
Good team. You know me. Good. I find the teams and the coaches and build those relationships, and they do the work. You know.
Yeah. And like a lot of guys that fight for Coga, Caleb's one of those guys. From his first fight to his last fight, we've just seen the progression of a fighter. And Ed and I talked about it during his last fight of settling into his punches better, not rushing. Like I was real excited for that last one. It ended how it ended, but I feel like this next one's going to be great.
Yeah. It is good to see that progression and see the guys have a little bit more calmness and thought into what they're doing and taking initiative, but calculated tactics.
Yeah.
That's what I was referring to on the bout number 1 with Alberto Nunez first fight. Like that's tough. That's tough to see how they do. That's the unknown in that one. That's the unknown.
But sometimes those also make for great fights as well because dudes just come in swinging.
Absolutely.
And then Pavel and John both fought on our last card, didn't they? Or the last time we were in Silver.
Yes, they did. John's coming up a win. Pavel's coming off a tough loss against Rodrigo Teixeira.
That's right.
For the belt. So Rodrigo is the belt holder. John Buxo, tough kid, Sia Palista, small but mighty fight team, training with his brother. I saw his dad post about his other son playing football. So Buxo Sr. made a bunch of strong-ass country boys over there in Omak, Washington that are beating people up and tackling people. And he's a pretty active guy in the community. I've met him personally. He's a great guy, really good person. Buxo's going to bring it. And Pavel, Charlie's Combat Club, coming off a tough loss, wants to get that taste out of his mouth. That's going to be a banger. That could be probably the amateur fight of the night.
Yep.
With the exception of the interim title that we're talking about doing right after that.
Oh, my thing just went down. Will you tell us our next fight? My thing just closed.
Oh, so it's amateur lightweight interim title. Monty Anderson from Kitsap Combat versus Devin Leach from Charlie's Combat Club. So Charlie's Combat Club's rolling out back-to-back bouts 5 and 6. Monty Anderson is teammates of King Arthur Millis, who was and technically was we vacated the 55 belt a few times. We're not vacated it, but we fought for the amateur title a few times. Arthur's probably going to turn pro, so I guess you'd call that vacating the title.
Fair.
I told Arthur's coach and his teammate Monty that Monty would go in and defend the belt against Rodrigo, or the winner of Rodrigo and Pavel. We got them in the cage at the last Clearwater show. We had Rodrigo and Monty nose to nose. I was going to try and do it this fight. Rodrigo suffered a knockout on the Emma Queen show 2-3 weeks ago. he's not game, and he really wasn't gonna be able to take that fight. He wanted to take a break, and we were gonna do it in February back at Clearwater. I know he was a little upset at me because we did an interim title, but like I told him what we were gonna do all along. So I'm just keeping my word to the guys that I told them before. This is going to be for the interim title, and it's going to be Devin Leach, who's got a strong wrestling pedigree out of Charlie's Combat Club, against the mighty Monte Anderson, who's got dynamite in his hands, as we saw him
100%.
knock out perfectly chiseled bodybuilder from Ed's team. Who am I thinking of?
Not Ryan. I do remember. He's got dynamite in his hands. I can't remember who he knocked out, but he did knock that dude out. I felt bad for Ed, but he looks good knocking him out.
Did look good because he looked small compared to that guy. Like that guy was a lot bigger than Monty, but Monty caught him and knocked him out. And so we're going Monty, Devin Leach, and then the winner of that, if Rodrigo is game coming early in the new year, we will unify the belts. You know?
Yes.
I
love when we get to do things like that.
Yeah, it makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
Makes it fun. Let the guys fun. I don't mind buying a nice belt and letting them fight for it and doing that. That's doing my job. That's just promoting, doing what we do.
Doing what we do. And then we're moving to our pros, Javier Milano and Joe Corrigan?
Yeah, Corrigan.
Yeah.
So Javier's from here originally. Used to train with Belton Lubis at Warrior Strength and Martial Arts. But Andy Waters at Silver Reef won, like when you first started, won a close decision, but did well against Andy. That was his last amateur debut. He moved away to Florida. He's training down in Florida, but he's got roots here. He hit me up. He said he wanted to come back and make his pro debut, Javier Milano. And then Joe Corrigan trains under Tim Welch, who's Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane. Not Mosley, though. What's his last name?
Wait, it's Sugar Shane Mosley's a boxer.
I'm talking about the MMA guy, the pink hair. The 135er that just...
Sean, not Strickland. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're like...
We are not on our game today. The dude, he won the Contender Series. He's...
Yeah. The McNally, the Irishman.
Damn it.
Brutal. This is a brutal podcast.
We're terrible. I'm looking at O'Malley. Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley.
That's right.
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
So Tim Welch's coach is Sugar Sean O'Malley. Tim Welch fought on one of the original Rumble on the Ridges, one of my first shows in like 2009. He was with the club called the Great Northern Montana Fight Club. Good guy. So I've known Tim Welch for years. I stay in contact. I've been talking to him about expanding, just getting fighters from Montana, Phoenix, farther out. Like, let's build the brand. Get the best talent. Let's expand the reach. So I've been in dialogue with Tim. Tim gave me this guy's name. Hey, he's coming over with UFC legend, veteran Joe Diesel. Joe Diesel Riggs is going to be cornering Joe Corrigan, who trains with Joe Diesel Riggs, and Tim Welch and Sugar Shane, Sean, all those guys. Sugar Shack, Sugar.
Sugar.
So I expect that guy to be good. He's like 5-0 as an amateur, making his pro debut. They're both making their pro debuts, and it's going to be a tough pro debut. It's not an easy fight for either one of those guys because the opponents are tough. And that should be a banger, absolute banger.
And we got Ali back. It's been a little bit since we've seen him.
Been a while. Against Hayden Maggard. So I've seen Nicasio fought Hayden Maggard on the FCFF show a couple years ago for the belt. Probably it was his last amateur fight, I think. Hayden is tough. Good at taking the back. Famous for choking people out. He caught Nicasio in a rear naked choke. Nicasio fought it off, scared the hell out of us. Came back to the corner, pissed off at the end of the first round, and then Nick just started to beat him up, beat him down, bully him for 3 rounds. Slowly. He didn't manhandle Hayden. Hayden's a stud, but he slowly just did what we've always kind of seen him do, and
Yeah.
body shots and wear him down, and won a unanimous decision and won the belt for the FCFF show. And but Hayden is tough, and Ollie is tough. If you measure it how they both fought Neek, they both got Neek in trouble. Ollie won the first couple rounds against Nicasio when they fought a 5-round fight. And Hayden probably maybe won the first round against Nicasio. So on paper, it's pretty even. Ollie's well-rounded. I'd say Ollie's probably more striker than grappling, training with Landon Showalter at Arlington Kickboxing Academy. Landon's known more for striking than grappling. But Ollie's very well-rounded, and that's a pick-em fight, too. Two young up-and-comers. The first two pro bouts are tough pro debuts for both fighters, for sure.
Nice. And then we're rolling to our fight 9, James Pollard, Noah Johnson. Yeah. Noah Johnson's last outing, he pulled that dude down, just kept manhandling him that whole fight. I was so impressed.
Man, so Noah and Joey Walker at Tulalip was a tough debuting fight for those guys as well. No disrespect to Team Grit and Joey Walker, but Noah handled Joey handily, and I was surprised at the domination that was exhibited. I thought it would be much closer. So shout out to Noah. I interviewed Noah. He's training full time. He's just working at the gym, and he's just said, "Hey, I'm this age, and my time is now." And he's putting all his energy and effort into it, and it showed. And so Noah is coming. Pollard, way better than his record. He's tough. He's a good game fighter. This is like what you call in football a potential like trap game, because James is due for a win. You know what I mean? The dude's like 0-4 or 5. He always takes fights on short notice. He just goes to get that paycheck. I don't think he cares about his record too much. He's just like, I'll go get paid. I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, in shape or out of shape. Well, James Pollard has had a fight camp, and James Pollard is pissed off, and he doesn't want to be 0-6. He's looking to get his first W. So Noah should not sleep on this. And I expect it to be a good fight. I expect James to make a fight out of it and him to perform and, perform and do well.
And Pollard had a stellar amateur career. I don't know, life things got in the way for his pro career, but he had a stellar amateur career, and Noah pulling him to the ground. That could be a game plan, but Homeboy's real good on the ground when he wants to be.
Yeah. That's right. It's a trap game. I heard that term in football. I was watching like NFL Live, and like, trap game. They're playing the team that's 6-2 is playing a 3-3 team or 3-4, but you never know, right? You never know. That's why we play the game. So No one needs to come ready. James is coming. James is training. James is game. He's athletic. He's long. He's lanky, and he's looking to get his first W.
And then we're going to our 10th fight, Quentin. How do I say the last name? McCourta?
Sterling Rich. Another change up. We got to cut on the phone before we
So
Quentin, I just couldn't line up. Quentin could not get the team time off work.
Okay.
And like, I'm famous for, in my mind, like, I'll change it on my end, but I don't change it on the team hard drive. My apologies. My bad. He's fighting a stud named Sterling Rich from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area. I think he's 1-0 as a pro. He's got like 11-1 as an amateur. He's got good hands. And Luther Gene Egerson III is in deep water for a pro debut. In fact, all these pro debuts are not easy. A lot of times as a coach, you try and find your guy and you ease them into it, put them in the shallow end of the pool and put the floaties on and be like, okay, nah, man, we're just kicking him into the deep end. throwing
But
some sharks in there.
from Luther's Instagram stuff, he don't want the shallow end. He wants the deep end. Like he's game, he's ready. Like that fight's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be an absolute banger.
Yeah,
absolute banger.
And
then
is he still in the Army? Is he still active Army?
So
I think so
I'm
too.
not 100%.
I think he's still active Army. Whatever, that fight's gonna be great. I'm so excited for that. And then we have our main event. Hopefully, it's still the same. Sharon Spain versus Artem Kula.
Okay, it is the same. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, you had me spell his name. I remember now. Yeah. Sharon's my dude, man. I love that guy. I've known him for years. He's a gamer. He'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. He chases that check. Probably takes some fights that he shouldn't, but he doesn't really have a coach or a manager. He's just that's that dude, you know.
But
he's that dude.
He's another dude. I didn't mean to cut you off. He's another dude. Don't count that record. Watch the dude fight because it's fun to watch him fight. But I would say the last two fights that I've seen him, and I think he was on the first card I called for CoGa. I can't remember, but I've seen him fight enough times that the last two, whatever he's doing in the gym, when I talked to him after his last fight, whatever he's doing in the gym, whatever he's focusing on, it's showing because the last two fights were definitely leveled up from where he was.
Toronto will catch anybody, man. He's way better than his record. Sharon's that guy that if he lived over here or lived where he had some good coaching, and he lived in Portland and he trained with ATT Portland, he'd be right there with, I think, Ricky Simone, you know, like if he would be coachable. He's just tremendously talented, good hands, good grappling. He's just self-coached, you know, like you need a coach, you need a team in this game. Sharon's a gamer, and he's had 60-plus fights, so he'll catch anybody. Nobody should sleep on him. And then Artem is coming off a tough loss at 185. He called me up. He's like, I want to get this sour taste out of my mouth. Get me a fight at 170. So they're fighting up. Or Sharon's walking at like 175. So he's not really cutting weight. Artem wants to go to 155 in the new year. So he's not tremendously bigger than Sharon, but you know, he's probably a little bigger right now. And he's tough. Yeah. And he's going to bring a bunch of his following and hopefully sell us a bunch of tickets and get his community behind us. He's a friend of Albert Tedavassian, old teammate of Albert Tedavassian. And that's right, Artem used to train here down in Enumclaw with Jeff Hoagland at Enum Combat Sport and Fitness. I think he dropped in at AMC for a spell. And he's got roots here, trained here. Now he's in Vegas at Extreme Couture. So, you know, that says it all. He's got training with Extreme Couture, and he's looking to get a win. And that should be a very entertaining fight.
I think this whole card has potential. The whole thing's going to be entertaining. I mean, they're always entertaining, but this whole card's kind of a pick 'em. Like you could say, hey, it's going to be this one or this one are going to be fight of the night, but then really it's going to end up being like that one or this one. Like it's going to be great.
Yeah, man, you never know. It's funny. I was talking to a guy. We were at a show a couple of weeks ago at Emma Queen. I was talking to the matchmaker, and we're talking about fights. And he's like, "I thought this fight was going to be great, and it was a quick knockout." And I'm just like, "Yeah, bro. Like, I don't know what that. I think it'll be a good fight when I match it up and put it on paper. I think it'll be good. But like, they're going to go out there and fight. Surprises are going to happen. So you never really know. There's no
guarantees in this sport.
Yeah, there's no science to it. It's just you're mixing up a pot of stew. Let's add some carrots and some this and that and
Put them in a pot, be in the cage, and just see what happens when they boil.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it simmer.
It goes down November 22nd, Clearwater Casino. Tickets, the live stream, CoGa.tv. It's going to be a great night.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Once again, the show is presented by Combat Games MMA.